Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, Woo Wednesday. How is everyone doing today? I'm just going to get a few things finalized here. Can everyone hear me okay? I know I did a video earlier today and it was a little crackly. It could have just been my AirPods. Let me just hear. Yay. Oh, good. Yay, yay, yay. I like to just check and make sure that I can actually hear myself. Okay, great. Yay. Yeah. Yay. Okay, hold on. Just giving it a second. Okay, great. So we caught up. Okay, so there is a huge delay today with there is a huge delay. Okay, I'm here. I'm just gonna go ahead and mute myself over here. Hold on. There we go. I had to mute myself. I had to pop back over to my Zoom. Okay, cool. Yay! We did it. How is everyone doing? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, woo. I am just so excited to be popping on today because I wanted to come back in because yesterday as I was writing the affirmation for Tuesday's affirmation, and it was the universe supports my faith. And there was so much that I wanted to say about this, so I wanted to come on today. Okay. So the first thing that I wanted to share about this is so Wednesday Woo, I'm just going to do a little reminder, update of what this is, because it used to be Worthiness Wednesday and I just switched it, but worthiness and the woo really do go together. And I think it's just a really fun and unique way on Wednesday. So sometimes it might be a Worthy Wednesday, it might be something that pops up, and sometimes it might be Woo Wednesday or Wednesday Woo. It's one of my favorite things to do with my coaching clients as well. So yesterday when I was writing the post and, the universe supports my faith, I'm like, I just love this affirmation because anytime we're going to do something new or we're going to expand even more upon something that we're already doing, sometimes it can feel like it can be maybe a little bit challenging to know, is this fear and I'm going to freak out, or I shouldn't do this, or is this an invitation to really know that when I take this leap, this grounded, aligned leap, really step into and trust my faith, that then the universe will come in and support me to really be able to know and tell the difference. So because there can be a pressure that shows up. So the best way for me to describe this, and this is something that I love this. It's so funny how movies and things are. Did you ever notice? Well, I'm sure you all have, but sometimes movies are just such a mirror to our everyday worlds, right? Like Star Wars, the Force, right? The dark side, and it's kind of the yin and yang of things, right? And how our intuition is the force, that's what I believe anyway, right? And the dark side is those gremlins, it's fear, it's lack. That's what it means for me. So anyway, um I grew up with my brother and my dad who just love action movies. So I remember in 1977, I wasn't even 4 yet. And my dad took us to see Star Wars, the first one, when they came out in 77. So yes, everybody, yeah, there's my age. So anyway, and we had to go multiple times, right? So this is why these movies really speak to me, because I've just, it's how it's always been. So anyway, so another trilogy series that my dad and brother also liked was Indiana Jones, right? So the whole series. So, and the one that really describes this story so well that goes with this affirmation from yesterday and the Woo Wednesday from today is how the universe supports my faith is. So when Indiana Jones, and it was, the Knights Templar, I think it was like the second one or the third one. Anyway, um, Indiana Jones has like his journal, right? He has like the instructions, he has the steps in this notebook, and he knows like how the codes from like the ancient era, like the symbols that they used and like the quotes that they used and the word and the languaging, he knew like he could, if he said it and really process it, he'd be able to figure it out. And so these bad people wanted him to uncover and find, the chalice, Christ's chalice. And, it's just the story that goes with this movie. And anyway, the Ark of the Covenant. So, but Indiana is like, I'm not doing this for you. Like that's not for us. Right. So the people shot his father so that he would then have to go get the chalice, because then this chalice had healing properties when the water was placed in it. And then that would be how he would heal his father. So now he's like, I've got this book, and he's got this pressure, right? And now I don't mean for this pressure to be like this intense pressure. He has a little bit more intense pressure on him. He's got like, I've got to go forward. I've got to figure this out. Right. And sometimes, and how this can relate to us, is sometimes we might feel a little bit of pressure when we're stepping outside of our comfort zone, when we're stepping into something new, when we're expanding even more into something that we've already started. And there is a difference between like the pressure that's crushing you, right? And like creates stress. And it's like, this is, really having adverse effects. And there's a difference between when this loving pressure, which is calling you to step into this higher part of yourself, right? This pressure that makes diamonds, right? Diamonds are made from, coal being completely compressed and intense pressure. And then boom, like after, centuries, we have these amazing diamonds that, are unearthed. So there's a difference in knowing which pressure is showing up, right? Like there's the one that that like your nervous system is just like not going to be able to move forward, right? It's like, no. And then there's this other way of knowing of like, how am I being supported? Like as I step in and take this leap, how is universe supporting my faith? Okay. So as we come through the rest of the story, so Indy has this pressure on him to, find the cup and the chalice so he can help his dad, right? And so he gets to this part, he makes it through like the first 3 codes and like arrows are flying and he's like, but he's got it, right? He gets through and he's like, phew, like made it. Okay, now they're in this cavern. He's in this cavern by himself, but he can hear his people, right? So like in the cavern, but he can hear his people, but it is on him, right? And he sees that he's on this ledge. So he's over here on this ledge. And where he needs to go is over here on this other ledge, right? So it's literally, and there's no bridge. Okay. So it's ledge. He's here. In the middle is deep, like the pits of despair and insanity. And like, there's no bottom. He actually kicks a stone and you like never hear it land. Right. So it's deep. And he's looking at the book in his journal with the steps, like, okay, I can figure this out. Right. And he's looking at the book and it's telling him that he has to take this leap of faith. And he's like, this is insane. There's no freaking bridge. A leap of faith is I'm going to die. And he's like rereading it. And he's like, I did all the things. I'm right where I'm supposed to be. This is what the book says. This is the image. I'm here. I'm looking and there's no bridge. And it's the depths, the cliffs of insanity and the pit of despair, that never ends. But he has to get to their side. So he's like, I've done all I can do. I followed the directions. I did everything I was supposed to do. I know I'm in the right spot. The only thing left for me to do is take this first step, this leap. He puts his foot out in front of him and he closes his eyes and he takes that step and he hits ground. And he's like, are you kidding? Like, this isn't possible. And so he looks and his foot is standing on a bridge that was there the whole time. He just couldn't see it until he took the first step. So then he bends down, he grabs some soil, some stone, he throws it out ahead of him, and the entire expanse of the bridge shows up. He's like skipped in, yippity doo dah, all the way across the bridge. But he had to take the first step, right? He had to take the first step. He had to take that leap so that the support, the physical, actual bridge could show up. So, and it's like, how often do we ourselves, like, I know as a coach, like, I have offers, right? I create challenges. Like, right, we got the 21-day sign a coaching client, the Embodied Way 21-day challenge coming up, starts August 1st, right? And when the idea came to me, right, there was no steps, there was no outline, there was no anything, right? It was like, this is what I'm hearing from people. This is what I know they need help with. I can do this. And I'm going to figure it out. Like that, it was a loving pressure of like, Lori, we're going. This is the thing you're here to do. This is what it looks like. I gave you this idea for a reason. We're doing it. We're going with it. And here we are. And I'm so excited because all the days, like, I would just pick up another nugget. Oh, this goes here. This goes over. I had spaciousness, to really, and this loving pressure, right? This loving pressure of, you've got this. And even when I was like, really? But it's like, yeah, you do. And so as the weeks went by, I received another thing that I needed, another thing that I would have no way of knowing was going to show up. No way of knowing. Random people were inserted into my life for no reason other than they're like, hey, do you want to like blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, yeah, let's, and it's been so fun and so cool that the way showed up, but I had to take the first step, right? Indiana Jones had to take the first step. Like, we all have to take that first step. And it's knowing in your body, right? When you're like, yeah, this is going to be like, this is scary. This is a huge thing. Like, I know it's like big, like I had this knowing that something is coming from it. I just didn't know what, but like your nudge, your pull, your like, this lets you know what it is. And we talk more about this inside the Sign a Coaching Client, the Embodied Way 21-day challenge as well. But what I really want you to hear is, it's so important for you to know in your body when like you feel that excitement, when you're like, and there's also like this leap of faith, to know that universe supports your faith. Universe supports your faith. And it isn't always like, la, la, and like, this is going to be amazing. And here's the steps and it's gorgeous. And here's this beautiful platter with this bow all on top. There can be pressure. Sometimes there's not. Sometimes there is. There can be pressure. It isn't all unicorns, rainbows, sunshines, and butterflies. Like, shit can fall apart. Landing pages might not work, right? Sometimes it can be minor. Sometimes it can be like a little bit more serious, right? But because you stepped into faith, universe gets to come in and support you in ways that you cannot even see coming. So I hope that this story helps. It's something that I love to share because it's just so powerful when that bridge, it's there. We just have to take the step. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. So let me know what you're hearing in this. Like, you probably have seen the movie too, and you're probably like, It's so funny because I share this with prospective clients and like, yeah, that's what this feels like, right? And it's like, yeah, it's excited and like you're terrified at the same time, right? Your body is like, we're doing something we haven't done before. How are we going to know what to do? And like, there's this gentle nudge behind you of like, I've got you. Let's just go. Just take the step. Let's go. All right, everybody, let me know what you're hearing. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your Wednesday. Bye.